The subcommittee will come to order. I am very pleased to welcome everyone here today for the Subcommittee on Emerging Threats and Capabilities Markup for the fiscal year 2018 National Defense Authorization Act. I would like to begin by thanking all of the members of the subcommittee for their active and energetic participation in the hearings, briefings, and congressional delegations that we have held during the past several months. We have taken a hard look at some very important issues within the subcommittee's jurisdiction, and we have done so in a truly collaborative and bipartisan manner. For their hard work, I thank each of my colleagues on this subcommittee. The Emerging Threats and Capabilities Subcommittee mark this year focus heavily on providing for stronger cyber warfare capabilities, safeguarding technological superiority, enabling our special operations forces across the globe, providing resources and authorities to counter terrorism and unconventional warfare threats, and energizing programs and activities that counter the spread of weapons of mass destruction. I am especially proud of what this subcommittee has been able to achieve this year in the areas of cyber warfare and cyber operations. Our emphasis on cyber carries three broad themes. First, it increases congressional oversight of cyber operations by including H.R. 2807, a bill introduced by myself, Ranking Member Langevin, Chairman Thornberry, and Ranking Member Smith that will ensure Congress is kept fully informed of sensitive military cyber operations. Second, we bolster international partnerships for cyber warfare to counter aggressive adversaries such as Russia, China, and North Korea. This includes support for our NATO partners and those within the Asia-Pacific region to not only enhance partnered cyber capabilities and information sharing, but also to counter and mitigate adversarial propaganda efforts and information warfare campaigns. And third, the MARC continues to build and enhance our own U.S. cyber warfare capabilities and activities, principally within U.S. Cyber Command, but also across the services and within the intelligence community, including resiliency of Department of Defense networks, weapon systems, and supply chains. The MARC before our members today also reinforces counterterrorism and unconventional warfare capabilities by fully resourcing U.S. Special Operations Command's programs and activities, including ongoing efforts in Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Yemen, Somalia, and Eastern Europe. And it strengthens congressional oversight of ongoing CT and unconventional warfare operations and programs, including various intelligence activities. To provide for the families of Special Operations Forces, we grant permanent authority for family support programs within U.S. Special Operations Command, a proven program that now merits codification to ensure continued support for families in the force. The MARC also supports defense innovation to ensure technological superiority and overmatch for our warfighters against current and future threats. We also include provisions that would advance hypersonics weapons research, development, and transitional efforts within the department. Before proceeding, I would like to take a moment to extend my gratitude to our ranking member, Congressman Jim Langevin of Rhode Island. Jim, it has been truly a pleasure to work with you on all of these issues, and I look forward to continuing our bipartisan efforts together. And I would also like to take the time to thank the committee staff who have worked so tirelessly on this MARC, including staff lead Peter Villano, professional staff members Kevin Gates and Lindsay Kavanaugh, our clerk Nevi Shadler, and our fellow Dr. Mark Peppel. Thank you all. The chair will now recognize Mr. Langevin, the ranking member on the subcommittee, for any opening comments he would like to make.
Well, thank you, Chairwoman Stefanik. Likewise, it's been an honor to work with you on the fiscal year 2018 National Defense Authorization Act. I thank you for your bipartisan and professional collaboration. It's been a very good working relationship, and look forward to continuing that as we go through the MARC and the NDAA. And I, too, want to thank the staff for their extraordinary work in putting this MARC together as well. In line with tradition, the MARC before us today is a product of our bipartisan collaboration. The MARC addresses issues that are challenging and sometimes esoteric in nature, like cyber. It also addresses issues that are more clear-cut, like permanently authorizing Special Operations Command to administer family support programs unique to their warriors' needs. There are many provisions that I'm proud of in this MARC, and I'm especially pleased with the language Chairwoman Stefanik and I worked on with the Chair and Ranking Member of the full committee to establish mechanisms for oversight of sensitive cyber operations. Oversight of sensitive activities in other domains is a core function of this subcommittee, and we are now well poised to pave the way for overseeing these operations in cyberspace as well. Strengthening collaboration with NATO allies in cyberspace and other domains to counter Russian aggression is a hallmark of this year's bill, although I believe there's still more that we can do. I know that we'll continue to work on these areas. Russian threats need to be addressed head-on, given their activities here at home and abroad. Having just returned from Estonia, I'm confident that the provision in this bill to augment existing U.S. support for the NATO Cyber Defense Center of Excellence will be beneficial to countering cyber and other threats from the Russian Federation. This bill also strengthens U.S. posture for cyber by investing in the future workforce of our country. It includes legislation I introduced earlier this year in collaboration with Senator Kaine to reinvigorate the Department of Defense's Cyber Scholarship Program. The MARC also funds science and technology efforts across the Department, as well as other initiatives aimed at bolstering innovation. These investments include capabilities needed for current contingencies and operations, as well as investments to maintain a technological advantage over near peers. I do, however, believe that with such an increase across the RDT&E budget, the Department made some head-scratching choices, including defunding railgun investments and demonstrations. I know that we'll consider the funding next week, but I want to be on record as noting what I think is a short-sightedness of the budget request in this regard. This technology is set to deliver game-changing capabilities if properly funded, and we can't let these investments fall by the wayside. So in closing, though, I'd like to note the ETC MARC addresses nation-state espionage of our industrial base, which has been a concern of all of our members, and I'm pleased that we're addressing it here. It also speaks to the protection of data and cybersecurity of defense contractors. Again, this is a strong bipartisan MARC. I'm proud to have worked with you, Chairwoman Stefanik, on this on the MARC, and that of all the members of the staff. I thank them for their hard work and their heavy lifting in putting this together. And I want to thank all the members of the subcommittee for their contributions to the MARC as well. It has been a truly collaborative effort, and look forward to the MARC and in full committee. So with that, thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you. We will now proceed to mark up H.R. 2810, the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2018. Without objection, the first reading of the bill is dispensed with. Copies of our subcommittee MARC and directive report language were made available and distributed to member offices on Tuesday, June 20th. Is there any discussion or questions on the subcommittee MARC? If there is no further discussion, the Chair lays before the members the text of the subcommittee MARC for consideration. Without objection, the MARC is open to amendment at any point. Are there any amendments to the subcommittee MARC? The question now occurs on the adoption of the MARC. So many as those that are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the MARC is adopted. The Chair now recognizes the gentlewoman from Wyoming, Ms. Cheney, for the purpose of a motion.
Madam Chairwoman, I move that the subcommittee report the MARC favorably to the full committee.
The question is on the motion of the gentlewoman from Wyoming, Ms. Cheney. So many as are in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. A quorum being present, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. And without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table. Without objection, members have 5 legislative days within which to submit written statements into the record, so ordered. I also ask unanimous consent that staff be authorized to make necessary conforming technical and clerical changes and to remove from the MARC provisions that would cause the MARC to refer to other committees or would result in additional direct spending or would result in an earmark. Without objection, so ordered. There being no further legislative business before the subcommittee, this meeting is adjourned.